But on June 18th, I got on the air and I said, if you did some sniffing around, this is June 18th, and this is the day after I get kind of my insider information that he is at the hospital and they have actually called family members and Vince and I spoke a little bit via DM and to listen to Vince Russo's credit, he's the only dude. He's the only dude that has any wrestling cred, if you will, that wasn't calling me a whack job. Like I'm just a complete whack job. I'm a click hound. I'm a clout chaser. Me and Hogan had an estranged relationship, but I'm just trying to make him look bad and all this kind of deal. So on June 18th, I got information that they had made phone calls. Well, I'm talking about the Bischoffs, the Skies, the Jimmy Harts, that they had made phone calls saying that it's not good and that you need to come say your goodbyes. And so I doubled down on that. And that was kind of, and I think that, probably you guys being so involved in wrestling and maybe getting something that's kayfabe. So when you get a little bit of something that's kayfabe, a lot of times people will, and you get that little bit of information, then people come out of the woodwork and kind of give you more, if you throw a little crap against the wall, sometimes then you can get more just based on, so that's kind of what happened. So I went from knowing a little bit, and that was that the family was gathered around. He was hospitalized for having complications on this neck deal. There was a heart issue, there was all types of deals. And then I started getting calls from like nurses that work the floor, valet guys that park cars at the hospital. I start getting, a plethora of information, none of which was family. And it was I was probably 90%, right. And so I start getting more and more information. And so I start getting more and more brazen and start kind of putting pieces to the puzzle that would get me more information, which I deciphered as being good. And I would come out with it. And so then I started challenging, his attorney locally is named Ken Trickel, and he knows my attorney. And so you guys know, being in broadcasting, that if you say something slanderous or defamatory or liable, that a lot of times the way it works is they'll give you what they call a 770 notice.